It's always the same.
That's our song right there.
It's good music.
But what is a song? Like, what does it mean?
It's called Table Talk Live.
We're at Table Talk Live today with Michael Braun, and we got, is it Stefan or
Stefan.
Stefan.
Parsons?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you do this weekend? Any good?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Stefan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We usually will give you one of these. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, there it is.
I always like to ask what you did just to see what, like, somebody with kids
Who are you
does,
talking to,
somebody
me?
single does, yeah.
This weekend we went to the pool. My daughter had a gymnastics showcase, so we did that. And I mean, this time of year we're just gonna be at the pool like every.
The Peninsula
day.
Pool?
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to try to go in there.
Peninsula and also Northstone.
Yeah, I want to try to go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
Hey, look, we got Edmonds here. You just say hi to Edmund. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
County
Edmund.
Commissioner. It's our
How's it
county
going?
Commissioner. What's up?
Hey man, just enjoying Red Rocks.
Yeah, what'd you have today?
I had the burger with some jalapenos.
And what's your lovely friend's name?
I'm Michelle.
Michelle. We're
Hey,
doing
Michelle.
a podcast called Table Talk. It's on CW at
We're talking about the county.
11:30. And
Chicken wrap is amazing.
The
wow.
Michael Ransom chicken wrap. Is it the Michael Ransom chicken wrap?
that's his name.
Yeah, that was
Edmund's
me.
I think he's gonna be on the menu. He's been here a lot.
Oh, nice.
And
I
plus,
did request to be on the menu. Edwin hot dog or something.
Yeah, that's a. I
the
would.
French fries would be really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the French fries. So you got any topics you want to talk about today? Anything that's going on in the city we need to talk about?
Economic development.
Okay.
We
Growth.
want to make sure that we bring in good economic development in town.
Oh, we could do that.
Well, I'm plus vote for you. When do we vote?
Matter of fact, I'm registering to rerun July 11th, and voting day is November the 4th.
There you
All
go.
right.
You got
There
our
we go.
vote.
Hold on, let's
You got our vote.
But I'm collecting money now.
Yeah, I'll see all.
pass around a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, One Cloud. She's working for One Cloud. We'll talk to Ron about that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Nice.
talk.
That's where we had lunch now.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
meeting you.
Yes, I speak.
See ya.
See ya.
So we let
So-
people drop in. You know.
Yeah, well, it's table talk. You never know who's going to show up. You never know who's going to pull a seat up at the table.
He voted yes for the economic development.
So,
And-
Ron,
That's
I
why
don't
we
think
love
that
Red Rocks.
the camera, could they see him, Brent?
Yes.
Okay, so who was that, Ron? Who was it? Tell us.
Edmund is a county commissioner for Huntersville. He, I think there's 7 of them, and he voted yes for the economic package here with a hotel. They're putting a hotel here, an office building, more apartments, parking deck behind Red Rocks next year, parking deck behind North Italia next year.
We love more parking in Burkdale.
Yeah. How long did you take you to walk?
About 5 minutes.
Okay, there we go. Good exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I just find the furthest spot that's available.
But he
I
comes.
don't even bother looking
I'll
around.
get you a cone if you want. You know.
What?
He's the one that got me a cone. We got a cone for me. You know. Long story short, he's the county commissioner. We did they had to do a vote to see. I met all the Latoya was in the other day too, and I was telling them why they should vote for it. You know, and I think it's good for. We put $1 million renovating, and we want that to. We need to use that. You know, so. We need an office building to help our lunches. If you go to South Park, Red Rocks, South Park, with my partner John Love, who's awesome, and Will, it's totally packed right now because of the office and everything else in that area.
What do they? They don't have many. Do they have any office space here, or is it just basically
Just
people who
above
work in
us.
the retail?
Retail.
Above us is the dentist, and we have an insurance person up there, Matt. Not much.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel you should have a future in politics, Ron, if you're a big part of that.
Well, I do want to, and I'm glad you asked that because
Yeah, I could see you running for president.
I was going to.
I'd vote for you.
I mean, and actually, you could be a host. He's never asked that, so
be
maybe
a-
you should be sitting here.
You could be
But
a
when I
hoe?
went to
What?
school in Indiana, in Bloomington, I really wanted to be the president. I was going to be. I wanted to run for office. My goal was to be the president of the United States. I think I would be really good.
You still have time.
What happened?
I mean, Trump is 80. You got plenty of time.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot.
You're
of
only
things that
42.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that happened, but I would engage in politics. I like politics.
Here's a trivia question for you: how old do you have to be to run for president?
35.
Ooh, good job. So and actually, we have talked about that before. So
Well, I think it's not about us.
because you were the president at your quad.
Now, yeah, I was the president. I was on the J board. You know what J board is? You ever had to go in front of the J board? Well, there was 2 quads. There were 5,000 people, and when somebody, I think I might be making up that number. It might be a little less, but if you got in trouble, you would go in front of the J board.
You'd
There
have
was
to answer
5
to
of us.
Ron.
and I was the deciding vote. And you know, the best story was the guy that twice was going on top of the dorm and throwing pickle bottles and ketchup bottles off the dorm. And you know, like we had to explain to him, you can't do that, and he got suspended. And his parents got all
Did you
mad at
do
me.
you come did you come up with like the punishment? Like, do you say you're suspended, or is that like
Yeah, we agree. Yeah, there was some rules. We gave him 2 weeks first time, then we gave him.
Oh, he's a
wow.
repeat offender.
Oh yeah, the guy got drunk. He was a great kid. I mean, I'd want to go to his parties.
I mean, I went to the principal's office a lot when I was a kid. My mom got a lot of emails home.
You did? What's one thing you did? Like what was?
I mean, I did. I pushed a kid in a bush one time.
Oh, you
I-
did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like this.
I was mischievous.
And what about you?
I had a hard time. Like I
Was
couldn't
your
sit
mother?
still.
You're talking
was your
to the
mother or
president of the
dad?
J
Your
board
dad
here.
ever say anything? I mean, it was your mom.
Well, my mom was the one that got the emails, and I was more afraid to answer to her than I was.
Did she ever
to
cover
dad.
up and not tell your dad?
I highly doubt it because there were a lot of times that I would go to the principal's office and then I would be in trouble when I got home. So they were full blown communication.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you ever get in trouble?
No, never.
My biggest problem was I couldn't sit still. I have probably the worst case of ADHD ever diagnosed in a child, so I just could not sit still.
Yeah,
Like,
that's hard.
I had
It's
to-
hard for young boys to do that
Yeah.
in school.
That spinach dip would really help you, and the snake if you eat that snake.
I don't think I would eat the snake, but the spinach dip is my favorite thing on the menu here.
So, I mean, but that's interesting, and you know, that's probably why he became a race car driver, right? I mean,
Well, you got to sit still in a car for
But-
like
Yeah.
3 hours.
but we alluded earlier. So your dad is very infamous in racing. If you want to go back,
Yeah, so
Is infamous a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know if he's very famous.
we mean it in a good way.
I'm saying like I have a collector's car to fill at home. I mean I'm so excited about the car, but you only watched him when you were 3 years old. You
Yeah,
never got to-
his last race was 2001, and it was actually the weekend. It was on my 3rd birthday, so I have like a very faint memory of having a birthday party in a motorhome at the racetrack. That's like my first memory.
What track
Did
was
he-
it?
Kentucky.
Did he win?
Yep. He did not win. He crashed. But that was his last race. But I grew up going. He started doing TV. I think he's been doing TV now longer than he actually raced. But I grew up going to the track with him when he was doing TV, and it's just the only thing I ever wanted to do.
So what you go kart? I'm looking at your what do you call this, Wikipedia?
Yeah, Ron's
Okay,
printed out a
notes.
Wikipedia page
Well, the
here.
thing about it, I did that with Todd. I didn't know one thing. I didn't really read it. You got to read it.
I mean, I begged and begged my parents to let me drive,
Okay.
and finally, when I was 12, my 12th birthday, they finally caved and let me do it. And Ken Reagan, who's David Reagan's dad, that used to race in the Cup Series a long time, was actually the one that convinced, I think, my mom to finally let me do it. So I started racing in what's called a bandolero, which is at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the quarter mile on the front stretch.
Yeah, I've
raced,
seen that.
Yep,
Oh.
they raced there in the summer.
Who'd you race against? Anybody like?
I'm trying to think of who I
Any
raced
kids
against
that
at the
you-
time. Well, so in Bandoleros, not really, but Legend Cars, William Byron started in Legend Cars around the same time I started running Legend Cars, which were bigger, more powerful. And
Did you beat him? Like,
I mean, sometimes.
yeah,
I mean,
okay. Like Jay White, I'm sure he won it. He would have won every one of them.
absolutely.
Did you ever race Jay White?
I'd never raced Jay White, but I hear that
You would've lost.
he's throwing out challenges left and right.
Yeah, he said he wants to challenge him in the go kart. But go ahead. So you did the band. You're in a.
I was in Bandoleros, yeah, and then Legend Cars. That's where William and I met and became really good friends and been good friends ever since. And then from there, late models. I never did like ARCA or anything, and then straight into trucks and Xfinity.
How much it cost in each level at that time? You think?
Man,
You don't know.
Bandoleros and Legend Cars, I don't know. That I'd have to ask my dad. But like late models now, to go run a really good late model, you're probably looking at, $15,000 a race, just to go to the racetrack and have a chance to win. And then obviously that becomes exponential. The higher up you go, up the level.
Now, is there a better race like with cars there? Can you make a better Legends car than other Legends cars?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like any race car, right? I mean, money buys speed. The better team you're with, and the better team you have, the faster you're going to go. And there are worse teams, and there are better teams. I had a good team. I was fortunate. But yeah, I mean, that's every level of racing.
Your dad always, I don't know if you know this story, but I would buy tires for to help the
Red
sport.
Rocks has been a sponsor of mine several times.
Yeah. We've had a good sponsorship relationship. But I didn't realize how much are tires? 25,000 or something.
In NASCAR, they're 2,500 a set. So
And how many sets you go through? 7.
for trucks, we usually go through 4 or 5 a weekend. Xfinity's pretty similar, and Cup is anywhere from 10 to 15 sets a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Did you sponsor this car as well?
Yeah, we did. SoCal did. We were a big
Yep.
sponsor, Stefan.
Yeah, about 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a good
Had a
time.
good time. I went to the Nashville race, watched. I didn't make it to the one. I think you finished, what was it, 8th at Bristol? Was that
Yep.
Bristol?
Yeah, Mark was there
Mark
for
went
that
to
one.
that one. The whole church, his whole church went.
Yep.
And then we got some of our clients to also sponsor Stefan as well. Yeah.
You had Keffer, Kelly.
Yep.
Had a lot of great
What's
partners.
your best story with the racing maybe, or with SoCal or whatever? Was any good
Well,
stories?
that weekend that Michael was talking about was an awesome weekend because, for the majority of my career, I've been with teams that didn't have the biggest budget, didn't have as big a budget as, the biggest teams. So we were fighting for top 15s and stuff like that. And Bristol was awesome because, one, Mark and the whole church were there. And 2, that was where I made my first ever NASCAR start. That's where my dad won his first Xfinity race. Benny had won there. The broadcasting towers named Benny Parsons Tower, and that was my first ever top 10. And for us, the team that I was driving for that weekend, a top 10 was a huge accomplishment. And it wasn't like it was attrition. It's not like a bunch of people wrecked. We, straight up ran really good all day. So that was a really awesome, special moment to be able to share with not only Mark and his church and SoCal, but my family as well.
Well, I think the biggest thing is looking at racing, Xfinity, and trucks. And Brad, I don't know if you've seen this. Michael's with his kids. I don't know if you get to watch much. Well, you probably do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the pit crews, there is a definite fallout from the guy at the end versus the guy at the beginning. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if you, Denny Hamlin's pit crew's getting about 9 seconds. And I don't know about trucks, but I've watched some trucks pit stops.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's all that. It's top to bottom. Like the car that we finished, the chassis itself that we finished 8th with that weekend at Bristol was like a 2012 Mike Waltrip racing car. Like it's just older. It's the stuff is not as updated. So for us to be able to go do that was an awesome accomplishment. But that's how you make it work, right? Like that's how teams make it work. That's how sponsors make it work. That's how budgets make it work. Not every team and sponsor can spend $5-6 million a year to be in the best stuff, right? So you make do with what you got.
It's funny because North Italia over across the street, and they have that bar outside, which they did a great job. But they have, they have a lot of money, right? A lot of money, so they can
They're a chain. I mean,
they can build whatever they want to build. They can build a Taj Mahal. We don't have that asset. So it's the same in the restaurant business way, but at least the restaurant business, there's, good food, good service. Get your customers. Good food, good service. I always say all the time, no matter what you have, and then going from there. But in racing, it seems like, do you think if you got into Denny's car, you could finish what he finishes, or not? That's a bad question. How would I ask that question?
Well, I mean, Denny is one of the best in the sport, right? Like I wouldn't sit here and say that I could do just as good as him, but if I didn't believe that I could go out there and perform well, then I probably shouldn't be a race car driver, right? Like I have belief in my ability and what I could do, and if I got opportunity to be in good equipment and good stuff, I firmly believe that I could run well. Obviously I'm not gonna sit here and say I could run as good as Denny, but just like probably every other race car driver that you would have on here I think I would run well.
Well, back in the day when I was here, I think it was who was riding? It was Boston Reed and another person. They kept driving those two cars. They had good equipment, but they just couldn't do it.
Right.
And so that proves too that some people. And Boston was a great race car driver in all the series, but that situation didn't work out. But I watched that as a fan. They had two different drivers. Two different drivers. So
you're going to follow in your dad's footsteps, get into broadcasting one day, you think?
yeah.
I haven't got that far. At this point, I'm trying to be a race car driver for the next 20 years of my life.
What about a podcast? Would you ever want to do a podcast?
Oh, I mean, no.
Have you been on?
I
How many
can't-
podcasts have you been on?
I've been on a few. I can't. But the thing is you guys are setting the bar so high,
Right.
That
Yeah.
you know,
Don't compare yourselves to us. I mean, you'll just you're gonna let yourself down,
Yeah.
be disappointed. But we believe in you.
I mean,
Search on
you
podcast.
got national syndication. I mean, the
Yeah, CW.
bar's pretty high.
It is.
Well, I think the
I'd
big
agree with
thing
that.
with the podcast is you have to have, and Stefan asked why we had him today. I said because I like him as a person. I mean, you're good. I mean, we want to talk about, we actually talked. He was driving back, but Nashville was one of my favorite places to go get drunk, act like a fool. You can stay out till 3 a.m.
Yeah, my voice is kind of gone for a reason.
Sing karaoke, act like you're, and then you get up the next morning and it's, by the way, if you go to Nashville, I'm glad they moved at 7 o'clock, and you have to admit, it's hotter than shit when they were doing it in July.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You can't even
The hottest I've ever been in a race car in my entire life was, I think, 2022, the Xfinity race at Nashville. It started like 2 o'clock. It was 100 degrees outside.
I think that was the one I went to.
Yes,
it like
you were there.
stormed right before we were walking in. There
Yep.
was like a big thunderstorm that came through. But
and the
it was,
internet went out at the credential trailer.
Yep, it was
Yep.
brutal. It was so
Yeah,
hot.
I think I burned 3,000 calories during that
yeah,
race.
that was.
What
yeah.
about something happened? I didn't ask Denny. I haven't seen him after race, but his drink system wasn't working, and then his air wasn't. But I don't understand Brent. You see that?
I did
His
see
air
that.
wasn't working. What does that mean in a car?
So I'm not sure about, everyone has a little bit different drink system. I just use bottles. Some people use like a Camelback. I'm not sure what he has, but like the air. So most people have what's called a cool box, which is basically like a little AC unit that blows not cold air, but cooler air. So if it's, basically if it's 100 degrees outside, it's going to be 140 in the car. If it's 70 outside, it's going to be 110 in the car. So it's like if you're in 100-degree heat and someone puts a blow dryer that's on 80 degrees in your face, it's still hot, but it's going to be cooler, right?
Right.
But the main thing is just getting airflow, and like the air does not flow well in any race car, especially the Cup cars, because the exhaust is farther forward, right underneath your feet. There's they have side windows everywhere, so there's just not a lot that airflow. So that air just sits there. So if his cool box quit, then you have no. He probably wasn't wearing a cool shirt either, because I know he doesn't like to wear one. So he probably had just no.
He wasn't
air.
happy.
Can you just roll the windows down?
Can't roll the windows down.
The windows are,
unfortunately.
but he had them kind of down. But and then what about the visor? He put his visor up.
You put your visor up just to try and get a little air, and then one thing you can do,
Just
like
think
if,
it was 100. I mean, he was
yeah.
just happy.
Oh
on
my
the
gosh!
page.
But you have your window net, right? So the window net goes up. Obviously, that's where you climb. You have the window net. If you put your hand out between the window net and like the A post, that air will catch on your hand and it'll come in, and that's
Right.
like a little bit of relief. But obviously, you can't.
Have you ever had any where your air conditioner went out? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Watkins Glen a couple years ago, it was miserable. It's absolutely terrible. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. The worst is when you have a cool shirt and it fails, because a cool shirt is, for people who don't know, it's a shirt. It's a fireproof shirt that has like vessels and tubes on it that plugged into a system in the car, and it runs cold water through your shirt. That's an even bigger help than a cool box is. But if that thing fails, you can't get the water out of the
Where's
shirt.
the box? So actually, for my little deal, I need to get something like that because my body temperature is real hot. It affects my back.
They're only
So
about they're
that's-
about 10 grand.
What do you do? Like there's nothing you can fit in like fix at a pit stop. Like
No, so like
you just gotta suffer.
Yeah, pretty much. If the cool shirt fails, you can't get that water out.
Yeah.
So the water just sits there, and it feels like it's boiling. Like if you have a hot tub sitting on 104, it feels way hotter than 104 degrees outside, right? It's the same thing. So that water just sits there and
You're in
boils
good
you.
shape though, so
Somewhat. I try to be.
yeah.
It's
What
not fun.
about-
I don't care. I mean, if you have 140 degrees sitting on your chest when
No,
you're
it's
trying to work
brutal.
out, it's like
I
sitting in the
take,
sauna.
I take some medication, and some of this medication makes you want to go to the bathroom. I heard it's put them out in the car. Have you ever gone to the bathroom in the car?
I have never done it. I've
never have?
I've never done it. No, I know some people have, but
That's one way to cool down.
I've never done that. No,
You can hold it the whole time, no problem.
well, the thing, like, you time it to where, like, after you do driver intros, before you get in the car, you go, right?
Oh, okay.
And then usually you sweat so much, or at least I do. I sweat a lot. You don't have to again. Like even after I get out of a race that I've been in a car for 3.5 hours. It'll be another hour after the race is over before I have to go, just because I sweat so much. But not everyone
I'd probably have to
sweats
go all
as
the
much
time,
as I
man.
do.
I'd be cleaning my suit.
I can't imagine. If you do that though, they'll usually your interior guy you'll have to come and clean your seat insert yourself.
Oh gosh, this is. Well, what about another thing? I was thinking about the other day. You're driving around the track because when like sometimes I'm at the track and I got nothing, when I was going with that and nothing to do, I'll sit at the fence sometimes and go 11 and wave and do all kinds of stuff like that. But do you think the drivers ever? Do you ever see anybody or not? Like when you're driving around, do you ever see fans or not or no?
Under caution. Under caution, sometimes we'll kind of like look around and see what's going on. But under green, there's
And I know
way
what
too
you're
much
looking
going too
for too.
fast.
By the way, I know. I mean, I would be.
No,
Well, you looking for Ron? Is that
I
what
would
you're
not
looking
be
for,
looking
Ron?
for hot girls. I'd be like, shit. Where are they at? Now you have a girlfriend now. I think I
do.
saw you. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep, Courtney, she's great. Shout out Courtney.
Shout out Courtney.
Shout out
Yep.
Courtney.
Thanks for
and
keeping him straight, Courtney.
you know, you got to have at least one kid soon for Phil.
Whoa. No, he's settled on great. He's got 2 grandkids
say,
right
he's
now.
probably got-
Poppy
yeah.
Phil is doing just fine.
You know, Pop, you say Pops. I've texted him a few times. I'll call him Pops now.
Hey, was he in Days of Thunder?
I'm sure he was somewhere.
I
in
feel
the
like I
background.
remember him telling me that once or something.
Well, he doesn't want to come on. We've tried.
You ever seen Days of Thunder, Steph?
Oh, it's a great movie.
What about you, Ron? You like that one?
Making a second one.
Yeah. I haven't seen the
I
second
heard.
But
No, they're making a second.
Oh, they
one.
are?
I heard
Oh,
they
so-
are.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
But
Tom Cruise coming back. He's just remaking all his
should.
movies at
hey,
this
Brian,
point.
look that up. Can you look it up?
Sure.
I think.
Well,
I think-
Ron, we are with the movie star.
I know.
Child
Yeah,
star,
child,
movie
child,
star.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was in Vendetta. That's for sure. I
Vendetta.
was
This,
just talking about
this
the-
segment this is our weekly segment brought to you by Vendetta. Stream it now on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon $9.95. And if you see me,
What was your scene, Ron?
this is, I know they don't believe. We talked about it a few times, but so Clive did
Strip
the
club.
Vikings. If you ever heard of the Vikings,
Yep.
he was in the Vikings. So he said, "Hey, I'm doing a movie down there in Georgia, and for bottom line is, okay, the Bruce Willis movie, and they paid $1 million, but he got shot. The only movie he got killed. It's a fact. But I went in and I said, well, what's my scene? Like, what am I going to do? And he goes, oh, I got you a strip club scene. The problem with the strip, and he's talking to the producer, like, please put him in a spot where we get on TV, right? But the problem is it's really dark. Like, Renee caught me in it. Like, she saw me. If you know where I'm at. I mean, it's kind of, they gave me fake dollars, you know, and I watched all this. It was fun to see.
Did you have to practice your form?
Nope. He was already prepared.
The only
a
thing
pro.
was, I think the girl, the girl that was dancing for me wasn't really a dancer. She was just kind of hot, but I think
She was an actress.
no, but I think she was worried if I was creepy. Like, you know, she kept staring at me like, I'm just here to be in the movie. I'm not going to touch you. You're okay.
She was probably mad you were throwing her fake dollar bills.
But I did learn something because of what happened. Who was the guy, Baldwin, that shot?
Bruce Willis.
No, in the movie that he shot somebody and killed him, right? The gun.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yes,
yeah, but they showed me the guns they had.
You got
and
blanks, right?
They have blanks. Every once in a while.
Not Alec Baldwin.
A pellet will come out, not a big pellet. Mm-hmm. But he said it will sting. But like, so I learned a little bit. I learned a little bit about, you know, like I was telling my friends or a few people that the wardrobe girl was our first time. Mm-hmm. And so that shirt there, if you have on, you need to have two of them. Because
Continuity.
if you rip the shirt or something, we ripped a shirt and he asked the girl for a shirt and she didn't have another shirt. So he had to like, you know, stitch it up or whatever they did.
Continuity.
Yeah.
You think you'll do another movie?
I asked the guy, they wanted me to do one in Cabo, then I got injured, but I could definitely, they wanted me, you know, obviously I was a good actor. I mean, anytime you can do a strip club scene, but the problem, I think, everybody signed the paperwork and it was there 9 to 9. Mm-hmm. And the problem is with my, I guess, you know, my celebrityness in a way, I didn't really after not 12 hours, all these people were excited to stay. They're getting paid.
Right.
I could have got paid, but I was like,
It's
hey,
too much
Clive,
paparazzi.
can I,
You
is
know.
there any way I can go? I mean,
Yeah.
there was an actor. I forget the actor in the movie. He's pretty famous, but he
Ron
was
Herbert.
really,
Bruce
really,
Willis?
he was really cocky. Like, he was really like, he didn't want to talk to me.
Hey, so it does
That's
say
his loss.
Brent.
Yeah. Early development, but doesn't look like it's
Days
very
of
far
Thunder.
in the
Days of
movie.
Thunder too.
We need that great.
What
need
about
that green
you?
light.
You ever been in the movie or commercial? Commercials you have, right?
I think we did a commercial one time, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, we might have.
I don't know. I mean, I can't. I'm not a child star.
I think we should. I think we should. If Days of Thunder 2 gets greenlit, we got to try out for that. We got to go to the
Yes.
audition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Red Rocks is such a staple of Lake Norman. Obviously, Days of Thunder's going to have to be around here. We need to
think
get
they'd
seen
film it
here.
around here, yeah.
Need to get seen here.
Yeah.
That would be good. And we have Renee. I mean, Renee
Yeah, we
was
gotta
Miss
talk to
Winston. Are you in the? Wonder if you were in the. If you watch a junior documentary yet? I was.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend finished it last night. The last 2 episodes.
Was Renee in it? Because you were
probably. Yeah. I saw. I got to think anyone from that era is probably. I saw my mom, my dad in it, like just in the background. Sure, everyone's in it. A lot of victory. There were a lot of Victory Lane shots, so I'm sure. Yeah, you have to be.
I was always trying to do that. That's another thing I like to do when people are racing and I know where the TV camera is. I try to get behind
Right.
wherever I can get on.
You go straight to Victory Lane.
I tried to wear a real bright shirt, and then I tried. I'm Victory Lane. I mean, that's passe. I mean, I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denny's won so many races.
I know.
I see. I haven't even been to Victory Lane yet for myself, at least. So hopefully that day comes one day.
Well,
Ron's been there a few times.
hopefully Table Talk can sponsor you someday. We're
love
always
that.
looking for sponsors.
It's on the rise.
Let's see.
It's a
We
linear.
should see if the helmet fits.
It won't
Oh,
fit.
yeah.
It won't
you
fit me.
won't?
I have
Oh.
a massive head.
Hey,
I
Renee,
promise
go
you.
grab
it
me
will
the
not fit.
helmet. Go grab me the helmet.
It won't fit me. I
If
promise.
it fits, we'll sponsor you.
That's easy. Then.
It's meant to be.
Come on, man.
I think it is an extra large. So
I
there's a slight
promise you,
chance.
there's
If it
no
fits, I'll
way.
give you
Are we
five-
doing? You want me to try?
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
$500
No
gift
way.
card at Red Rocks. Your
Ain't no
dad
way.
loves free money.
There's no way.
Huh?
I
Here we
promise
go.
you, it won't.
And I need a Sharpie. He's got a sign. Here we go. Okay.
Oh wow!
Oh, it fits.
This is a big helmet.
Damn, Ron, we got
Just
sponsors.
sit
We
with
got, all right.
that. I mean,
Wow.
wait. We
All
gotta
right.
get a picture.
They said it.
Hold on.
Ron,
No, put that
sponsor.
back on. Put that back on. I gotta get a picture of this shit. Hold on. You're the first person besides me that wore that helmet.
Congrats.
It fits perfect. It's like a
It's
glove.
perfect. It's like it was meant to be.
Wow. There you go. Okay. There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, now Table Talk's got sponsors.
All right.
Yeah. Just. Put
I don't
that
make the
below
rules.
table. Huh?
I don't make the rules.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
did
Brett
a
bought me
sponsor.
that. It's been a.
Shout out to Greg at Off Access for putting that together for me.
Shout out
Shout
off
out.
Axis.
Shout
Paints all
out.
my
All
helmets.
right,
Good
Greg.
dude.
Thank you.
You know, the other one was Renee got a helmet sign and upstairs, and it had Dell Jr. It had a lot of names. Denny signed it, and I'm going to have everybody sign this helmet. And
Dale Earnhardt signed it.
yeah,
Friends.
and Denny said I'd buy that thing for like, he wanted to give her some money for it because it's worth money, but. That
Yep.
hat, I didn't realize how many drivers are on there. Give me some other
How do
drivers
we-
are on there, Renee.
Oh my gosh, Richard Petty, Cal
The King?
Richard Petty,
Gordon,
Jeff Gordon. For those who can't hear,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's
Joe
a
Godin, you have
Phil Parsons probably signed it.
like Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, we're going to get mine signed. Yeah.
It's everyone.
Yeah, how come no one's been signing? That's a good idea. We gotta start signing that.
Yeah, you gotta have something that every guest signs.
Yeah,
Well, we just.
Mike Helton even signed.
this is the first day it's
Brent
been
came
here.
by today because I've been
Oh,
wanting to
yes.
bring it, and he came by my house.
Ron, we gotta sign it first, though.
Oh, we'll sign.
We can go back and get like Jay White and Todd and everyone to
Oh,
sign
anybody,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
going to put it up front. We'll even get people that aren't on it. You know what I mean? So, but that was a great gift. So so you don't remember your dad racing. You started racing. Was there any Todd Bedine said something about Dale's story. Is there any stories you had besides that with racing? Anybody you ran over or like? Did you ever get in a fight? I mean, did you ever?
I've never been in an actual fist fight. I mean, I've just gotten shouting matches with people before. I remember I was telling this story this past weekend, actually. When I first started in NASCAR, at least, I was young. I was 19, 20, whatever I was. And I grew up, obviously, seeing all the NASCAR fights on YouTube. And I was like, I can't wait for the day that someone comes down to me and wants to fight. I was like, I cannot wait. I was like, I can't wait. I'm going, whatever. So the first time that happened was 2021. Me and Jeffrey Earnhardt wrecked at Texas. And obviously we disagreed on whose fault it was. But I don't know if you know Jeffrey or not, but he's like corn-fed, big dude. Like literally wasn't a UFC fighter or MMA fighter. Like big dude. And he comes down to me in the garage area, like veins popping out of his biceps and
This
his
is the
forehead.
moment
and
you've been
all
waiting
that.
for. This is it.
This is the moment I'd been waiting for. I couldn't wait for someone to come down and want to fight me. And he came up to me, red in the face, veins popping out, yelling at me. And I said, this is not what I had in mind. So we tried my best to diffuse the situation.
You said it was totally my fault.
Yep. Said, yep, Jeffrey, you're right. I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
Yeah.
Was it your fault?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, take that, Jeffrey.
Yeah. He spun me out. He thought it was my fault. But anyway, we're past that. Him and I talked it out. We talked it out in we actually talked it out in Daytona. We're good.
On the show too with him, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Like maybe reenact a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hear both sides. We'll be the judge like you were in college, and we'll decide. We'll dole out the punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was Jeffrey's fault.
Have you ever? See, you didn't see your dad. Wonder if it was your dad. Did you ever go back and look at his stuff?
So my dad always tried to tell me like he never, cussed on the radio, never got in fights. And the more people I talked to that worked with him or were around him tell me that's not true. So
He just misremembers.
Yeah, exactly. He won't tell me the stories. We
Your
have to
dad's
get
been a
them out
big
of other people.
supporter, so I think you got to just say, "Yeah, you're right, Dad. You're right."
He's always right.
I saw him swear at a golf ball once. I saw it when he hit it dead right. I mean,
Yeah, who doesn't do that?
That's
though?
why he leaves the driver in the back.
yeah, that driver.
Hey,
If it's-
have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
Yes. Yes,
Really?
I have.
What's that like? Did NASCAR drivers? Do they just like when they drive regular cars? They going fast? You going fast? You going slow?
When
Safe?
I was younger and a little more reckless, I sped a lot, and then I got a speeding ticket, and I kind of chilled out a little bit.
Did you know? I mean, it's not the pivot; it's bad pivot, but because you lived in Peninsula, I
Reverse
remember that
pivot.
day. That Herbert's when they got killed. Did you know those kids?
I went to high school with Jesse, Doug's daughter.
Because they call me Uncle Ron, and they speeding is on the Peninsula. Well, that was a bad day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I always wondered because he asked the question, do you think because your dad is a top fuel driver, do you think you go faster? But I think people just go fast.
Right.
Like, I don't think, like, are you over the speed limit a lot, or are you like?
No,
like,
I mean, I usually go. It depends on where I'm. Like today, when I was trying to get here, I was going over the speed limit, but
Usually a 5 over.
But like Mike Tuttle, seriously, I swear to God, he said this. Like, I ask people, have you ever broken the law? When you get hired, if I'm going to interview you, you've ever broken the law.
100%.
I'm pretty sure every person
Has
in
caused
existence
speeding.
has
Yeah.
broken the law.
Right.
in
When
some
they say
form.
no, you're lying, right? And but
Have you ever broke the law, Ron?
oh yeah. I had
Daily.
I had poker machines, so yeah. It was broken the law.
Statute of limitations is the pass.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yep.
But I mean, I think there are certain people like Kenny Bull, right? You know him? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, yeah. You're scared shitless. He's going down the highway at 100 miles an hour, right? And I'm like,
Well, the issue nowadays is not people going fast. That is an issue, but it's people who go fast and they're trying to do everything on their phone.
Right.
They're texting, they're calling, they're checking
One of-
stuff. I'm riding with those people. I'm like, dude, can you pull over and let me drive? Because this is bad.
One of my favorite things to do is and it's happened everyone when you're on the interstate and you see someone that's going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit and they're weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
I love boxing those people in. I love boxing those people in to where they're stuck behind the car, whatever.
Well, the
That's
biggest
one of my
problem on the
favorite things to
interstate
do.
is that the people. The people in the fast lane who are going like 6 miles under the speed limit
Yes.
on the left lane.
Yes.
I will pull up beside them and just start yelling at them.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses me off more than that.
That's why I don't want to drive like a motorcycle. Not because I don't want to drive a motorcycle, because I don't trust the people on the interstate.
yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
it's funny when I drive.
My friend got rid of his motorcycle for that reason.
Yeah.
He was like, I was fine. It was everyone else that was causing me problems.
Yeah.
Everybody always wants me to drive, but they say I can't drive. So I don't know if they're trying me to train to drive.
I've ridden with you before.
Good or bad.
Hey,
It was
you-
good. It was fine.
you
I mean,
lived.
we
You're
were
here.
we were in the toll lane at 9:30 at night. It was awesome.
I remember your dad. I drove him down Denny had that tournament in Charleston. I drove him down, and he got so mad. He didn't really get mad, but
He's the worst backseat driver.
No, but he's in his front. But I guess every time we change a lane in my car, it vibrates.
Well, you got to put
yeah.
the turn signal on.
Right? No, it vibrates. So I guess he said the whole time it was vibrating.
Yeah, but that's lane assistance. If you don't put your turn signal on to let it know you're getting over, it's
Yeah,
going
it
to
yells at
rattle
you.
Well, it's gonna do that. I mean, with me, I don't know. I mean,
The two worst inventions in modern cars are the button or the auto shut off at a stoplight.
Yeah.
That is the absolute worst thing that
No
has
doubt.
ever happened.
Well, you got to
and the
push the
cruise
button to keep it on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the cruise control that
The adaptive
slows down.
cruise control?
I hate it's
Yeah.
the worst things that have ever
the
happened.
cruise control that's like exactly.
But you
Absolutely.
got to change the settings on
How
it.
do
You got to
how
change.
do you
I
close it
turned
where it's
mine off.
closer? How do you do it?
Well, it depends on the vehicle.
There's a
but
way to turn it off.
There's a way to turn it off. There's
Yeah.
also a way to like not slow it down when you're 5 car lengths behind. You could do like 1 car length.
You can
or-
close the distance,
Yeah.
but I'd rather just shut it off completely.
I mean, I'm on the toll lane all the time. So when you drive with me, I do go right, left, right, left. I feel like I own the lane. But
But you know, when was the last time you were in a fender bender or car accident?
well, I don't want to talk about that. You know what happened at
It
Hudson
was
Salon?
recently. He was in the two times. Recently, he almost ran someone over at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
recently, he also got into an accident in the parking lot over at a haircut salon. He ran into someone.
No. They backed into me, and they had a witness. They backed into me, and here I am, like, I backed out. You know what Hudson's is up there by? I
Yep.
just backed out of the corner spot, looked around, and next thing you know, car went bam. Right now, if I would have bammed him, that would have been my fault. But he bammed me,
Right, ran into you.
and so then he said we have to call the insurance company.
He bammed me.
And I'm like, well, just don't worry about it, whatever. Then two girls came up. One little girl, about 12, said, "Hey, the guy hit you."
You were just backing out of a spot.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you said?
But I guess it's 50-50. $9,000.
Which is when you told me that.
Really?
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize you're both responsible for that.
Stupid.
What, like
Yeah.
a parking lot?
Like, I'm thinking
Yeah.
if you want to have road rage, do it in the parking lot. Like, what I'm going to do if I
don't do it in the parking
No, but if I don't like you, like, really, seriously, and I'm going to back into your ass somewhere and like, oh, sorry, it's in the parking lot. I mean, why not? It's free. It's free game. Like I think everybody should
You
get
really
one
thought this
free
one
hit
through.
without killing anybody. Like the airport lady, if I could have, I would have.
Hold on, don't say that.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't have done it. I'm just saying that the lady had me. She tried to incite me to run her over, but I'm not going to do it.
She was egging you
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, she was egging me on.
How do you respond when someone brake checks you on the interstate? What's your next move? What do you do?
I'm probably thinking about something else in my head. A lot of times I drive, I don't know what I'm
A
doing.
lot of times he's brake checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably the guy.
What about you, Mike?
Now,
someone brake checks you. What's
what
the
a
next
brake
move?
check is, just so
I mean,
know.
I
that-
don't know. I'm gonna probably get pretty angry, but I'll speed around.
Diffuse,
them.
yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Don't engage.
Road rage is like scary stuff, man. I've
Yeah.
seen some videos and stuff. It's like people
Oh,
get way
it
too
can
angry.
escalate.
Yeah, and you don't want to be messing around in cars going that fast. I mean, road rage, I guess in a NASCAR race, is a little different, but I don't. I just try to avoid it. Now I get pretty angry sometimes driving, especially like I mentioned, if people are going slow in the fast lane. But it's not going to ruin my day, you know.
I did. There's another story, like on that stupid toll lane. I almost had road rage, but I was going to meet somebody to eat right before 485, but they cut across the, there's those gaps
To
now.
get in, yeah.
Yeah.
In the pipes, right?
Yep.
And the person literally crossed. I'm not. If I wasn't looking, we're T-boning. The guy's
yeah.
going to die, right? And I wanted to follow him. That was the only time I had road rage. I was going to follow that car because I was so mad because I still think about it. Like I think about every time I'm on there now, I try to get in the left lane. It's kind of like Chaton.
Right.
I drive in the left lane because of deer. Have you ever almost hit a deer
Oh,
on
yeah.
Chaton?
Yeah.
I've almost hit a deer twice on Chaton.
There's like 8
Yeah.
that are in there.
Yeah.
Right. So I
Yeah.
always go, Noah hit one. So I go to the left because I figure I have 1 second. But I mean, twice I've had to jam on the brakes.
That's why I always tell people, like you were talking about texting and driving, right? Like, how many times, I know it's happened to me more than a handful of times. Like, have you been driving somewhere at night, it's dark, or you're on a road somewhere, whatever, and all of a sudden someone is just in the street or on the side of the road, not with reflective stuff, and it's like, if you were texting or not
Yeah.
paying attention,
Right.
like,
Crossing
could be
the road or
could
something.
be really
it'd be
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a great.
I mean, that is a good feature now the cars have. They do have that brake. I mean, will slam on your brakes if something's. I mean, that's come in handy for me a few times where like you're not paying attention, or you take your eyes off the road, and someone's slammed on the brakes in front of you. Your
Yeah.
car will slam on its brakes.
Yeah.
That I do actually appreciate that. Sometimes it's a little over aggressive because I'm like, I was fine, thank you. But
Yeah.
I got the best story. I forgot. So, Denny, we were all leaving. I want to go to Greenbrier, and Jordan ended up not going. She didn't feel good. It's me, Denny, and Robin. Back when I was dating Robin, and I don't know if you've been up 77, where it splits to go to Bristol and go to West Virginia, right?
Yep.
Well, Denny usually flies. Don't worry, I'll just drive up there. Don't worry about it. I'll drive. So we're driving. It says 60 miles, Bristol, Tennessee. I forgot to make the right. So I think I scarred Denny. I don't think he's ever driven more than an hour now because of me. I scarred that whole trip. But I don't know, have you ever done that where you just
no, I mean, I don't go off memory anymore, man. I put it in my Google Maps and I'm set
Well,
my
today
car.
we should have on Catawba because
No, I did. I did do that actually. I didn't go on Catawba. It sent me on 77. That's how bad it was.
Oh no, the one they had the guy holding the sign.
Yeah.
Oh, you got something for us, Emily? Oh
right.
no, he likes to drink. Oh, not saying that. It's bad to
Whoa.
say. Put that in front of him. I want him to taste it.
All right. It's the
He's
basil,
our guinea
What is
pig.
this?
basil peach lemonade.
Try it.
It's
It's
good.
is it a Father's
Try
Day
this
one?
before your next
What-
race.
or just everything?
I don't think so, but it's definitely a good summer drink.
What's Father's Day drinks looking like? Old fashions.
Old-fashioned
Wow.
for
Yeah.
sure.
What about Pop Rocks?
That's good.
When's that coming?
That's gonna be for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. They had Pop Rocks at the track. You put the on the rim.
like the stuff that
yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
in
Candy.
your mouth.
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Hey, Emily, I need a Sharpie, by the way.
I'll get you your
Yeah, thank you. So, Father's Day, by the way, is going to be busy here, but
Father's Day, I believe, is my birthday this year.
it is
Yeah, and I will be in Mexico for the
race.
For the race.
Who are you racing for?
I'm not. I'm just spotting that weekend.
There's a race in Mexico this year.
next weekend.
Yeah,
Really?
You know about that?
No.
Yep.
So are the next few races on Amazon?
Yeah, the cup races are.
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
I've heard it's really good. I've heard glowing reviews.
I forget. Is your commercials? There is commercials.
There's
right?
commercials, but I'm pretty sure they do them all like side by side. So it's not like a full commercial. Like
Right.
there's always
Yeah,
the
you
race.
still
I
see
thought
that
Cora
screen.
LaJoy's doing good. I watched Daniel. She's awesome. She's an awesome person. Steve Latart's my guy.
Yeah, Dale, obviously, Adam. I mean, all their
Carl, I
talent's
don't know
great.
well. I'm just a couple times here.
I love Carl.
Yeah.
Carl is one of the nicest dudes you'll ever talk to.
You know what's funny about Carl? Too bad I didn't gambling racing back then because
That's too
I
bad.
think he won every sponsored track. Like it would be like if it-
Subway and
oh, it's the Subway 500. Guess who won the race? Renee.
Congrats,
Carl,
Renee, you won.
Carl
Oh.
Edwards. Every time he was sponsored, every time I saw a track that Carl won the race.
Is this the first race ever in Mexico?
first
No.
cup race.
No,
Okay.
yeah, they have,
But Bush, which is now Xfinity, ran at this track in I think 05, 06, 07. But Cup has never raced there.
Is there going to be a big fan base there? Is there going to be like a?
I think so,
Yeah.
well, Daniel Suarez will get a big crowd.
for sure.
Why?
He's from Mexico.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
But I guess so. We were talking about today.
I mean, it's like Kush probably there. Kush is cartel.
I didn't realize that.
Kush
it's
is
like-
cartel.
Oh, no.
Got to go there, Kush, if you're listening. We got you to go to the Mexican race, bud.
Apparently, it's like 8,000 feet above sea level, and people are talking about how like the elevation, like people are going to get elevation sickness.
Really?
They think so. Yeah.
Well, that's got to affect your stamina
For
too,
sure.
right?
For
So
sure.
you better hope that you're. How hot is it going to be? That's the question.
Probably.
So you better hope
90 some
your
degrees.
air conditioning things don't break.
Yeah. I also heard that because the air is obviously much thinner,
Yeah.
that the engines are going to make less horsepower.
Ooh.
Like 100 something less
Yeah,
horsepower.
the cars are going to be a
It's
lot
gonna be-
slower.
Yeah.
Are they? Like
Yeah.
how much slower are we talking?
Like probably 150 horsepower. It is like the engines are exactly the same as we run them every weekend,
Yeah.
and they'll be down probably 150
Really?
horsepower. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Just because the air is so much
It's a
thinner.
short track, right?
No, it's road course.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, road course. Yeah,
Is a road
Suarez
course
play-
like one of the?
Left and right.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you know, but
It's like in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Chicago? Yeah.
Suarez is Mexican, so
Okay.
he's going to. Do you ever see him at the bank? By the way, at Bank of America, you ever go there?
Do you?
Yeah, I've
Do I
seen
ever
him at
see
the
him
bank
at-
back in the day when I was walking in.
What
yeah.
are you? Oh, the stadium.
No, Daniel was always at the bank. I swear, I've always ran into him at the bank up there.
Oh,
on-
the actual Bank of America, like the,
yeah, yeah,
the bank.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about.
But
the
he's a
Panther
good
Stadium.
dude. I like,
Shout out John Hondros. Shout out Truist.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we all use Truist too, but
They sponsored our Table Talk on Ice.
I know. You know, it's funny. We're pivoting from Daniel, but maybe we'll give us some money to sponsor a show. But we're looking for sponsors too for our show. It's costing.
Join, yeah, me and you, but we're join the club. Well, Table Talk's going to sponsor me now because the helmet.
Yeah,
fit.
Mexico race.
Well, now that you fit the helmet on, I got to give you something.
Hey, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you
We're
need-
going somewhere. Oh, what's up with the Ronnie Awards, by the way?
I don't know. You know what I'm thinking about doing
Okay.
now to change it is our best shows. Like, who was the best? Who do you think our best show was so far? Is that?
It's got to be, yeah, so far. Yeah.
But who else would you?
Fernelli was good.
Yeah, Fernelli's good.
Nelly and Todd was good. Jay
Yeah.
White.
Jay White.
Jay
has to
White
be
was
top.
good, yeah.
There's nobody like him. I mean, he still hasn't raced everybody. There's nobody like him. He says I lie on the show a lot. Like, he says I'm lying.
I think we need to do a live from the go-kart track
Yeah.
and just cover that.
I would
We
love
do.
to be a part
Yeah.
of Jay White's
No, and
The
we
hoop
get
group
that-
draft was good
track
too.
house race.
No, he said he'd gamble $1,000 against everybody. Now I'll back him. I'll back the driver every time.
I would love to be a part of that race. I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah, we'll get Noah. I don't know. You know Noah?
Yeah.
We'll get, well, you know how, another thing I met, and I don't know if you know him that well, but Brandon McReynolds.
Love
But-
Brandon.
Huh?
Love Brandon.
Yeah, that was your guy too, right? He spots now. What's he doing now?
He spots. So he has an agency. He represents like Noah, Cole Custer, Sam Mayer, Jack Wood, but he also spots for Ross Chastain.
What is, I tell you, the other thing I did, I scored for Angela Cope back in the day, Angela Ruck.
You scored.
Like I scored back in the day. You would sit up in the motor, and so you would sit up in the stands, Brent and Michael, and you would go, okay, they finish a lap. They didn't finish a lap. Back when they didn't really have computers, I got paid $150 to do this, right? But I don't think Derek ever paid me. But that's how much I was supposed to get paid, right? All right.
They can say whatever they want if they know they're not going to pay.
Well, Angela was like a close friend of mine.
There
so
was
I didn't-
Ron's always off a few laps
Yeah.
when we check his work here.
I want to tell you, look, first, what I was going to ask, but I have to tell you something else about the racing. The other thing, if you want to ever try to do is it was windy in Nashville or whatever we were at, and I had to hold that damn sign. I think it was in Dover.
The pit sign.
Like,
Okay,
this is
so
where you pit. Like,
Yeah.
this
yeah,
is the number.
I'm in like Jimmy Choo shoes. I got Rockin' Republic. Like I got Rockin' Republic jeans on. This is back when you wore that, and I had Christian Louis Vuitton, like a shirt that had all these diamonds on it, and I had a hat. You know, back in that.
We need a
that-
picture of this, by the way.
Oh yeah.
ASAP.
No, but they.
Perfectly, holding the sign.
So
Preferably.
if I could find this, I'm holding this sign. Have you ever done it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this sign.
But have
when
you
it's
done it in
windy,
Louis Vuittons?
It's,
I've never done
it's
Louis
heavy.
Vuittons.
It's heavy for me. Like I'm like holding the sign, and the guy, the crew chief, right, or whoever the guy at the top is yelling at me. He said, "You need to move back from that." I don't want to hold the sign, dude. You're just trying
Yeah.
to save money. This is not what I came to the track. to do.
I'm the computer.
I don't want to hold the sign.
Did they give you gloves and have you catch tires too?
No, but I'll never. They made me push the car. That was another thing. To the
They put you to work,
I'm like,
man.
it was hot as shit. I'm like, it was a Dover.
What bet did you lose to have to do that?
Well, it was Angela.
He got
and,
pit
Amber,
passes.
let's just say it that way. It was Angela Cope and Amber, so it was, it was well worth it. But
Hey, you've got Alex Presley in here saying, "Back me, Ron, on this race."
oh yeah, we got to get Alex for sure. against Joey.
There's an opportunity here. This could be a big deal. This could
I
be
think so.
the Table Talk 500. This could be a big
the
deal.
Table Talk 500.
Yeah.
I like
great
the sound of
idea.
that. Yeah.
And we've done a lot of things we just haven't fought. Like the Ronnie Awards was a little different.
Can you do a
but-
relay race in racing? Can we do like a relay race?
Kinda. You can swap.
Yeah, we have
drivers.
teams and stuff.
You wonder if I could bring my ADA card and do a lap. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
in a wheelchair?
And that little, we'll call it the 80, the little red car.
Like the scooter thing.
yeah, the scooter.
Yeah.
I'll do a lap in that.
Oh, that would be cool.
I could
That would
probably
be
get
cool.
in.
Yeah, didn't I see you doing laps in Vegas?
Yeah, I do a lap in that.
You got to
Maybe
bring
we'll get two.
you
of
got to
them.
bring the golf cart and do one in the golf.
No, we'll
cart.
get two of those.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
ride the other one.
Okay,
And
I'm
we'll-
down with that.
Yeah.
I think we need to seriously
The
look
Table
into
Talk
doing
500.
this, like doing
I like
the
it.
Table Talk 500.
When Jay White's in town for the October race, or whenever that race is, September, October. No,
We
they
draft
change-
teams. We'll draft teams.
Yeah.
By the
Or do we do it earlier in the day of the
Well,
off-access
you do
500
it.
race?
We could. I mean, how do you want to do it? Do you want to draft teams, or is it just Jay White versus
no,
the field?
Jay White. Jay White is going to. I mean, we'll.
Jay
figure
White's
it
the
out.
first pick.
because everybody gets a lap time. It's not like you can all be on the track.
Yeah. If you were making the odds, what would the odds be?
On who?
Jay White versus the field.
Jay White's plus 800.
Jay White can't
Plus
beat the
800.
field.
He'd be better than that.
I don't know. You know what? I know that I watched him.
Sorry, I misspoke.
First thing,
Minus-
weight.
minus 800.
Everybody has to be weighted right. That's a big factor. So, though, if
All
there's
right,
a way
yeah.
to cheat,
we got Jay White minus. I'd say Jay White minus 1,000.
we'll have the odd. We'll have DH.
Cush plus 8. Cush
I
8
think
plus
it would
800.
be great content.
No, I think he would win. I don't.
I think Jay White would do good, but just the shit talking and everybody back and forth.
Now, is it better up there with that track up there, or the?
Oh yeah, you got to do it at Trackhouse or GoPro.
yeah, we get.
That
Yeah,
got to.
I get. I'll do that. That'd be fun.
Well, that's where he wanted to challenge Sheldon.
Yep, that
Right?
is. Yeah.
But I
We'll
don't know if you
commentate,
go
man.
one-on-one lap with people, or do you have everybody on the track?
I think we do like a 10-lap race.
Yeah.
Just line them up, race.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, no
Yeah.
teams, every man for himself.
Yeah.
I'll give $1,000 cash to the winner.
It's just that. This is big.
There
we're,
it is.
we're making,
It's
making
grow-
stuff
it's
happen.
growing already.
I'll add something to that. I'll give a high five to the winner.
Well, we'll have him sign the helmet. I think it's
Yeah.
great. I don't think we'll ever do it, but Brent's going to have to.
Well, Ron,
I mean, I got a lot going on here at Red Rocks.
you gotta believe, man. We can make it happen.
Brent, come on, man.
Hey, we've live streamed a few of the off-access races, so to put this together and in-car cameras, easy.
But Alex Presley would be good. I mean,
How long does it take to run a lap there?
Like 63, 64 seconds.
All right, so I think we do like 20 laps.
Yeah, well, I think the thing about being you.
Can you do 20?
Why don't we let the racing people decide the rate? Like we'll get DH to
We're-
set the whole thing up, or you guys know, because I'm not saying, but have you seen what do they usually race? They have races out there. What do they usually? How many
That's
laps?
like usually if you just go there, it's like 10 minutes.
10 laps.
10-minute race.
Yeah, 10, 15.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But now, this is where it's tricky. Are you allowed to bring your own cart, or do you have to use?
No, we're using their carts.
Now, how do you know which one's better? You know that works.
But you don't want to set all this up for 10 minutes, Ron. So we have like maybe
stages.
stages. There we go.
Well, we're also looking at it from a budget standpoint. Do we want to use their carts or do we?
How much does it cost?
We got to level
would
the
you-
we
if you go
got
there, probably
we got to
40,
level
$50.
we got to level the playing field.
Well, I think the
race.
people in. Hopefully, we have people that have money. They can rent their own cart. I mean, if they
People
can,
can't bring
I'm
their
just
own.
offering the prize money.
Well, not everybody has a cart. Then you got to
No,
go buy a
people
cart.
aren't bringing their own cars.
Yeah, we're using their
Well,
carts.
That's gonna get a little sketchy.
I'm gonna get with Justin Marks.
I think the Table Talk 500. This would be
Yeah.
a great content.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I think so. Like we did the ice skating ring. I do too. I think.
So if you're interested in racing in this, drop us a line.
Yeah.
Email us at
yeah.
Ron at
Well,
rockscafe.com.
we've already figured out that Stefan's going to be the president of the.
Yep.
I ain't
He's
gonna
going
be
to be
president
the,
of nothing.
I don't know what.
You're the
his
politician.
position-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be. We're gonna make you the marketing director of this thing.
No, I like it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the marketing director.
Yeah.
Your job is you and your girlfriend to bring girls to the track. So at the basketball games, they have hoop groupies.
Right.
This we want to have, what do you call? I
pit-
don't want to
pit
spit lizards.
lizards.
I hate to say it, yeah. But Alex can help with that too. You know Alex well, Presley?
Yeah, a little bit.
He can.
You're just putting everyone on blast.
No, he's one to drive. I mean, he'd be good.
I think Kush would be a good driver.
Kush
too.
would
Yeah.
be good too.
He could really get in and out of
I'm
those
really surprised he's not
breaks.
going to Mexico.
Those turns, I meant.
Cush's cartel, yeah, he's got to be. Man. I mean, Cush and Alex would be great. I mean, the way he did in basketball, as a coach, he
You know
know how
who?
to coach somebody.
Do you know who's actually really good at go karting?
Who?
Chris Scott.
I believe that.
I'm not joking.
You know Chris?
Yeah.
We went to Vegas
I don't
for a
believe
trade
anything he
show,
said.
and we went out to Vegas has like this little go kart place outside of downtown, where you can do exotic cars and all that.
Oh, the Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also have like regular go karts. He was like very good. And I was like, Chris, how are you doing this? I go go karting sometimes with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, you mother, like, because he was kicking my
Bleep.
Yeah, beep. It's on CW. But Chris Scott. Oh, he's on right now. Chris, we know you're really good at go karts, and we want to see you participate.
Well, we got to talk to the marketing director. Make sure, Brett, you're gonna have to work with Chrissy and
No,
Steph.
she's the VP of operations. I thought.
Yeah, she's really busy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Running
We've got
hats.
a bulk order of hats that came
Oh, we'll
through.
do that.
Hey, we got 120 people went to the site.
Did they? After the episode?
Yep.
No, but
Hey,
I think,
look at that, Ron.
I think you got to get people that are
Stats.
going to come.
Hey,
you know what
there
I
we
mean?
go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Willie B
It
would
might
come
have been
for you,
after
maybe.
in the
But
clip
there got to
too.
be a
we put
reason.
it
We got
on-
to offer a purse that they're going to come for. Like I think $1,000 cash that would be just for me, but we can
Red Rocks
maybe
gift
raise
card.
some sponsor. We got to get Brandon Suggs involved.
Now, Chris,
Oh, that'd
Chris
be
does say
Because
he-
Proverse, he can get the he what's it called?
Prevo?
Prevo.
Yeah.
Hey.
We can have the Prevo Trophy Award by Brandon Suggs, and we'll get that. And Renee, we can bring in a Miss Winston outfit like she used to wear,
This is all coming together.
and then she could wear the outfit. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Now, here's a question: how do you handicap the pro drivers?
What do you
But we
mean?
don't- again-
We're not handicapping.
Oh, Chris, sorry, can't
we're
handicap pro drivers.
Yeah, Chris, you're
screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
It's straight up. Straight up. Every man for himself.
Hey, if you don't want to come to play, don't come.
yeah,
to
you're
play.
gonna. Oh, we could make people pay to get in, and we can make that the purse too. Like
for
to participate.
admission,
Yeah.
No, to participate
to
or for
participate.
admission?
no, that's how you get the purse up. Like tell everybody to put 200 in.
Or you just sell tickets.
Oh, did we get Celtics? Jesus, I'm working. Brett,
We're on CW. Somebody's gonna come.
We got to hire like 15
Hey, a
people
lot of
now.
this is getting cut.
you know, we could get, what's her name to help out? She works with CW. And we'll get her, what's her name? Oh, God, I got to put her on the menu. Brooke Fall. She,
Yep. That's my sister. That's my sister's boss.
She works with CW. So, yeah, we'll try to. I think that's a real, to be honest with you, it's like the skating rink thing. I think this is one of the better. But I think the problem is to get drivers to participate would be, you know, probably a few of them. I don't know if we can get a lot. I don't know how many we can really get. Probably
I bet you
Danny.
get about 15 between
You think?
Cup, Xfinity trucks. Yeah, absolutely.
That's your job. Make sure you get to your, you know.
Yeah.
You're hired.
We'll have a dinner the night before for them if they want. We'll get ready a gift card. See
Yep.
Red Rocks. You know, we'll figure that
Be
out.
perfect.
We'll rent out this room for him.
We'll get a sponsor. I think Brandon Suggs.
We'll have like a banquet.
We'll get him involved.
I think we can have an episode in here first so we capture all the shit talking
Yeah.
to begin with.
For
and
sure.
then we head to the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That makes sense.
And we race to the track and see who gets there first.
But no speeding.
No speeding.
Yeah.
No speeding.
No speeding or
I think
texting.
it's great. I think it's like the ice skating. That's a good idea. Tabletop 500.
That's right.
What else you got, Ron?
Oh,
You got predictions on NBA playoffs? We didn't even discuss that.
Man, defense wins championships, but this team, Indiana, beat Cleveland. They weren't supposed to. They beat the Knicks. They weren't supposed to. I mean, Cleveland, I thought for sure because they say that Oklahoma City's tall, but they got Cleveland is tall. They got what's his name, Hunter. They got
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yeah. They had
They got
Mobley.
Mobley.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're tall and they run and they beat them. So I don't know. I obviously I think my team is OKC. I just like them.
You were right about it. I thought Denver was going to beat them, but you were right. You called it.
I like when they I don't know if you've seen it. I like Old McDonald had a farm, EAO. Mm-hmm. I forgot how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do?
I don't know where we're going with
Gus,
this.
what
And
do
on
we
his
got
farm, he
for
had
it?
a
He had a
Uh,
dog.
I don't.
And where we're going with this? is
Yeah,
Jay
let's-
and
I
all
don't-
of them.
I don't know
They
where-
all go and bark after they win. They go bark, 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 bark. So they're all a team. There's 9 of them, right?
are they Chihuahuas?
No, I don't know. You have to look it up, Brett. Look it up. They all
They
bark.
got that dog in them.
They got the dog in it. They go
got that dog in 'em, yep.
They need the doggy style.
maybe
hat.
a little
Yeah, they
deeper
do.
bark
They
than
do
that.
need a doggy style hat.
What do you well,
And if they're barking
no.
like that, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
By the way, we have not talked about
Is it
Ronnie
bark
hats.
or roof?
New hats. Thanks for going on. Nobody really bought anything, but thanks for going on. But
There's no inventory.
there'll be. Yeah, we have inventory.
There's
we
inventory
have
on there.
the
Oh, there is?
Yeah, cheapskate
Wow.
hat.
I gotta
Cheapskate
check it
hats
out.
coming out. Cheapskate, which, I don't know.
Cheesecake.
Cheapskate.
Okay.
And that's
Why
coming out.
that?
Shout out Oreo cheesecake.
Because everybody knows a cheapskate, and you know what? That's what we're
Everyone
doing.
you know is a cheapskate?
No, people that are cheapskates, you can buy them for their birthday.
Oh, I got you.
know what
I got you.
mean?
Okay.
Like Chris Cobb.
Yeah.
He's definitely a cheat. He'd get the first one. I mean, the guy goes.
You need one that says lunch special.
He knows if it's $15 or $16.
You need a hat that says soup and salad.
Chris Scott's soup and salad.
Yeah.
But he's a cheapskate. And then the doggy style one, nobody really wanted me to do, but I thought it was a good one. I thought people would buy it because Snoop Dogg's my buddy. It's all about having dogs.
Okay, well, explain that. We didn't.
Well,
I didn't know Snoop
Dogg.
Dogg was your buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good friend.
Well, like Jay White, I'll tell you a funny story.
Let's call him.
Last story, but my friend Ian, who's a great guy. Shout out to Ian if you're listening. Ever listen, please listen.
And order a hat. If you're listening right now, you have to order a hat.
But he manages Snoop Dogg, so I got to go to the concert meeting. Blah 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 blah. But I think he takes cash. That's all. So imagine when a race, he only takes cash. Snoop Dogg.
Tax free.
Wow, I think he
Tax-free?
gets taxed on it.
Wait, Snoop only takes cash? What do you
Cash.
mean? For
What do you mean?
If
for
you
like
want him,
to perform or something?
yeah, you just give
Got
cash.
it. Yeah.
300 grand
Yeah,
cash.
I think.
Wow.
Well, I think a lot of rappers probably operate like that.
I don't know. I've known a few, obviously, but I don't think.
Well, that cash ends up in the same place, your Vendetta scene was.
Well, I know
Filmed
this.
that.
I went to SIP. We had a table, and he was supposed to show up, but then or somebody took his table next to the table we had, and Ian was really mad and didn't do it. But the dancers were there in the show.
And you have a request here for a lady's hat. Coming soon.
Oh, we have, yeah. Right. Well, first thing we got the pink Did you put the picture up of the pig?
We didn't put the picture of the pink one on yet. We
Well,
will today.
well, how long does it take? I mean, come on now. I'm joking. Chrissy.
Well, does Brent have a picture of the
Yes,
pink
I
one?
sent him
Okay,
pictures. Yeah, I sent
it's
it.
not the best one.
Yeah, that's
but
usually
it's
where
usable.
things start.
Right.
That's where
No,
things start
but
falling
he
apart.
said, okay. He
We'll
said,
have it up later today.
he said to send
Just
a picture.
use your imagination.
I want to get Table Talk. We're going to do Cheapskate is going to be my next hat, maybe doggy style, but we're going to have some hats up. Right now we have Table Talk. We have, I don't know if Table Talk.
Table Talk's up there.
Okay, we have.
Is that promo still going on? Where if you buy it, you'll get it for free?
Well, first we got to get somebody to buy it. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just go on RonnieHats.com, right? How did it get on there, Brent?
Yeah, RonnieHats.com.
Ronnie Hats.
You're the
set it
CEO.
up. Yeah, I know, but you set up everything.
Yeah, it's
and
just
then you quit.
RonnieHats.com.
You quit on me.
I couldn't get pictures. I couldn't get pictures or the hats produced.
I don't know.
We're slowly moving.
Yeah.
But
Don't-
we how many
don't
people
give
look-
up.
How many people
It
looked
works.
at? How many people
It does
looked at it
work.
last week?
120 people went to the site last week.
Last week, 120
Whoa.
people went to RonnieHats.com. You know anything
doing
about Ronnie
numbers.
Hats?
Well, my head's too big. I can't wear hats.
All right, we'll make extra large hats.
Yeah. You have to make big old hats.
Well,
like
we're
you're saying
gonna-
near the helmet. It's a big
But
helmet.
If you want a bachelor party or if you're having a bachelorette party and you need a creative idea, you call me up.
Call Ronnie Hats.
And then we'll think it. Like, Denny, when he won his 75th race or what it was, didn't win 75, but there was something. But I made
He's won a lot of races.
I made a hat. So if you won your
That's
first
a
rate, I might,
LFG DH 11.
yeah, all that.
Yeah.
And that was Charlie.
Every time you say that, you owe him royalties.
I'm going to shout out Charlie because Charlie always helps me with it. So we sit around and we did this year's. What was this year? 11 Against the World. That was a high estate thing, really, but I came up with it and I made the hat. Like a lot of times, you got to spend money to make money. So I produced the hat for cost me like $20. I make 12 of them and I don't sell any. So
Yeah.
That's a great business model.
I know. You might want to rethink that business model. Your problem is you give the 20 you bought or however many, 12, you give them all away.
I know, I just so nice. I just think sugar gets you candy someday.
It was supply and demand.
No, but sugar. If,
Well,
you give,
supply,
if you
not
give some penny out,
much demand.
sometimes it gets you $1, and so you want to teach your kids that someday. And if, it's you did it today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, this has been a great.
It has been. This was a good episode.
Yeah, it
we're
was
like
an
an
hour,
hour and
so-
13.
Yeah, we're
hour,
done.
hour and
that song's getting ready to come on.
It is. Anything else you want to talk? What's going on at Red Rocks this weekend?
We're gonna be serving snake. So,
What's going on with the What's going on with the Father's Day? What you guys got? Snakes on the menu?
Father's Day.
Snake bites.
We have our menu, then we have some features. We're gonna have a filet feature, a ribeye feature. We do the menu. Brunch is always tricky, but we got a lot of requests. Make sure we have a kids brunch menu. Probably do some French toast sticks for the kids. They want a brunch
Mac
item.
and cheese.
What do you want on Father's Day? What would you want?
A mimosa.
Yeah, old fashions.
You want? I got to get you a Louis Vuitton wallet.
Espresso
I'm up for
martini?
Father-
No,
I really shouldn't buy a. It's kind of weird if I bought you a Father's Day gift.
yeah, please don't. Yeah.
But you lost the wallet I gave you, but I have to get you another wallet. We're going to the mall tonight. Maybe
I'm going to
I'll-
find that wallet. Trust me.
Well, if I buy one, you'll give it back. I promise you I'd get you one.
Nah, I'm not giving it back. I'll have two.
You have to.
Yeah. We'll donate
Renee,
it.
we got to get that wallet.
We'll donate it to the.
He likes the one with the money clip. Right?
Yeah.
How much are they? A little cheaper?
Yeah, they're cheaper. But you don't have to do that, please.
Fastest
find-
lap at
Fastest
10
lap.
o'clock,
Will yeah,
500.
they'll get the Louis Vuitton when I find mine.
I want to. No, I when I make a commitment, I stick to my commitment. You've done a great job with the show, and you're always here. And
That's nice. Thank
we
you.
stuck through
We
Catawba
have
today.
Yeah. But by the way, if you're listening to this live and you're thinking about traveling on Catawba, do not do it. Do not do it. Avoid it. I'm not sure why they chose lunch hour on a Tuesday to do construction. on
Well,
Catawba.
I think the guy holding the sign was like the lady at the airport too. It wasn't like really
Well,
moving.
when-
Like he was like,
there was no one. I didn't see any work being done.
no.
They were just
put
holding the
cones
sign in the
up.
middle of the street.
I was going to go get my golf cart and drive it.
You should have.
Probably would have gotten here faster.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you being on.
Yes,
we
Dad.
got you
Thanks
and
for
your
coming.
dad on, and
Let me do the applause for you. There you go.
Thank you. Thanks
great
for having me.
you get a free snake for coming on.
We're looking forward to the Table Talk 500 coming up soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hit.
And don't forget, this show is sponsored by
RonnieHats.com.
Red Rocks, South Park, Red Rocks, Birkdale, It's really important to go there.
Locally owned and
Locally
operated.
owned. We're not the big boys.
Not a big chain.
Yep. If you have a problem, somebody did. I need to get a review. Somebody reviewed. I don't like the owner, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Why would they talk
Well, we
about John Love like that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm like, I took it as a compliment away because nobody's ever said anything like that. So I'm like, oh, must have been one of my
Well, I've been coming to Red Rock since I was like 6 years old.
right.
So the staple of the.
It is. It's literally my kid's favorite restaurant. They
Yeah.
love coming here.
Yeah, we come here every year for me and my sister's birthday. Literally,
Nice.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
have
place.
You
been
know the thing
for
about Red Rocks
15
too,
years.
I do notice it's 7:30 on a Friday night, not saying you, and people text me like, hey, can I get a table? And I'm like, that's because you couldn't get anywhere else. But absolutely. We are
That's not true.
VIP friendly to my friends.
Maybe they're, see, you can't say things like that. They're just trying to support your business.
Service with a smile.
See, now you got so many friends here who are like, they love coming here. And
I
you're
want
telling
them to come. I want them to text me. I like when I get them. It makes me smile when I get a text say, I want to go to your restaurant.
Yeah,
So it makes me
it's a good feeling. All right.
Well, table talk.
Until next week,
500.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in on CW, on Instagram, everywhere else. Go to RonnieHats.com to purchase your hat, and we will see you. Thanks, Stefan, by the way. Thank you for coming. That was
Thanks
a great
for having me.
episode. We'll see you next week. There it is. And that's all she wrote.
Ron, it's another fantastic evening at Red Rocks. I love coming to your restaurant. The friendly service, the atmosphere, this place has it all.
Well, we have something for everyone, Mike. We can have a steak, we can have pasta, we have seafood, we have a kids menu. We have everything you need.
Well, thanks, Ron. Really appreciate you.
Red Rocks Cafe, newly renovated, your complete dining experience.
Hey, Austin.
Hey guys, mind if I sit with you?
Absolutely.
What should I do with this?
Put it over there by my two.